What do you get when a pop icon, a golf course, an unfiltered kiss, and a metal legend all collide? You get that night Justin Bieber's Swag album release. A roller coaster of music, raw moments, and an unexpected window into the real JB. Yeah, the baby, oh kid is back, but this time there's no filter. No walls. Just swagger, soul, and a surprising dose of emotional depth. And trust us, you'll want to stay for every second of it, because this wasn't just an album drop. This was a confession, a celebration, a reckoning from surprise PDA with Hailey. To gut punch lyrics and quiet tributes, this wasn't just about releasing music. It was about releasing something deeper, Justin's guard. And hey, before we go deeper, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's free and it helps us bring you the stories that matter. And yes, you'll want to stay till the very end, because what happened next? It wasn't just iconic, it was intimate, chaotic, and quietly unforgettable. Let's be real, most couples don't look this effortless standing next to a pudding green. But Justin and Hailey, they weren't just there to pose. They showed up, soft and unfiltered, and let their love speak louder than the flashing cameras ever could. In the middle of the neon lights, pulsing beats, and a golf-themed party that would make Tiger Woods jealous, the Biebers showed a kiss that stopped time. No paparazzi drama, no red carpet agenda. Just two people laughing, glowing, holding on, and it hit different because this isn't new giddy love. These two have weathered storms, public meltdowns, internet takedowns, rumors, reckonings, and raw therapy sessions. So seeing them like this, it felt like a win for all of us who still believe in messy, evolving, real love. They weren't performing. They were just being dots, so what's their secret? What keeps that spark alive when the world's watching every blink? Maybe it's this. They don't let the noise dim the quiet moments, and this kiss? It was one of them. Picture it, you're at a party. A pudding green, a sleek DJ booth, soft lights cutting through the laughter. And in the middle of it all, Justin Bieber, low-key vibing, dapping up friends, sipping something chilled. It's an album watch, yeah, but it feels more like a cozy jam session with the inner circle. He's always loved spectacle. But this time, no fireworks, no surprise features, just warmth. Something grounded, something human. And then it happened. A single photo quietly hijacked the entire night. That kiss. A rare, candid snap of Justin and Hailey, heads tilted, arms tangled, a universe in their silence. It wasn't just Instagram-worthy. It was a message. We're still here, still trying, still choosing each other through the chaos. But if you looked closer, something even quieter was waiting beneath the confetti. A subtle swipe on Justin's feed. A black and white throwback. A tribute to Ozzy Osbourne just days after his passing. No headlines, no hashtags. Just heart. It was a reminder that even in celebration, some things deserve silence and reverence. Ozzy Osbourne and Justin Bieber. On paper, worlds apart, one the Prince of Darkness, the other the Prince of Pop. But in that single throwback photo, two generations of music quietly stood side by side. No dramatics, no neon tribute, just a soft moment of memory. It wasn't just about loss, it was about lineage. Justin wasn't flexing fame, he was honoring it. And in the middle of all the flashes and fashion, that photo whispered louder than any headline. I remember. I care. That's when it became clear this night wasn't just about SWAG. It was about legacy. About carrying weight and still dancing under it. About honoring who came before, even as you redefine what comes next. Somehow, Justin made grief and celebration breathe in the same room. And just when you thought the emotions couldn't go deeper, the music cut. The beat vanished. And in its place, a therapy session. No hook. No beat drop, just a raw, unfiltered conversation stitched right into the album. Because this time, he wasn't just performing, he was confessing. No autotune. No drum loop. Just Justin's voice, shaky, vulnerable, paired with comedian Dusky in a moment that felt more podcast than pop album. Dusky said, "What fans have whispered for years. Even when I know you're trolling, they still think you're spiraling." And Justin didn't dodge it. "That's been tough," he admitted. "Having to live out my struggles so publicly. Everyone asking if I'm okay, eventually it wears you down." This wasn't PR. It wasn't a promo clip engineered to trend. It was messy, honest, and kind of heartbreaking. He wasn't chasing sympathy. He was sharing reality, because before he turned 31, Justin had already lived a dozen lifetimes. And now he's trying to make sense of them out loud, not to be saved, not to sell records, just to be understood. And somehow, in the silence between their words, it clicked. This wasn't a pity party, it was a man showing his cracks. And in doing that, he gave the rest of us permission to show ours too. Let's rewind for a second. Back to the swoopy bangs. The purple hoodies. The boy who sang Baby and made half the internet melt. That kid had no clue that by his 30s, he'd be juggling therapy, spiritual awakenings, and TikToks decoding his facial expressions like modern-day hieroglyphics. But here we are, and the truth? He's grown. Not just as an artist, but as a person. Swag isn't a rebrand, it's a rebirth. It's not a flashy comeback. It's the soundtrack of a man who stopped asking, "Do they like me?" and started asking, "Do I like me?" Gone is the need to impress. In its place, the need to express. Through lyrics, visuals, even awkward pauses, Justin's peeling back the glossy layers, and it works. Because swag isn't about ego anymore, it's about evolution. Years of heartbreak, healing, faith, and letting go of the urge to control the narrative. That's what built this version of Bieber. And if you're wondering what it means for Hailey, for fans, for pop culture, hold tight, because it's not just an album. It's a mirror. If you follow Justin on social media, you already know it's a circus. One day it's a blurry meme, next a heartfelt Bible quote. Then out of nowhere, shirtless selfie. Fans are constantly decoding. Is he trolling us? Is this a cry for help, or just Tuesday? But here's what swag makes crystal clear. He's just being human. No grand scheme, no brand strategy. Just a guy living life and posting like the rest of us, messy, weird. Real, that's the point. This isn't a PR machine spinning a redemption arc. It's a digital diary. Unfiltered, unapologetic. And while Hailey often catches backlash just for being there because somehow her calm presence is always up for debate, she's stayed steady. Whether it's a soft date night post or a quiet hand on his shoulder, she's never stopped being present. Their love isn't polished. It's not curated. It's chaotic, sometimes awkward, often meme-worthy, but it's working. And in a world full of fake chemistry and photo op couples, that chaotic honesty, it hits different. And just when you thought you had Bieber figured out, boom comes the twist. Jack, LOO. Yes, that's their son. No, it's not a typo. And no, you haven't missed a People magazine cover shoot. Because while Justin and Hailey haven't shared much about him publicly, intentionally, the ripple effect is undeniable. You hear it in Justin's tone, softer, calmer, grounded. You feel it in the way he talks about priorities. Like someone who's traded fast fame for slow mornings. Fatherhood isn't a flex here. It's a quiet shift. Not content for likes, just life, finally on his own terms. And if you're wondering what kind of dad he is, picture emotional check-ins over cereal, impromptu jam sessions before bedtime. And yes, absolutely awkward dad jokes delivered with Bieber timing. Jack, LOO isn't just a baby name. He's the muse behind the most vulnerable lines in swag. The reason Justin finally sounds like he's breathing again. This isn't baby Bieber, this is Bieber 3.0. No longer performing for applause. Just showing up for the people who matter most. So how do you even make an album that hits both the heart and the hips? That's the magic of SWAG. It's not just a playlist. It's a pendulum swinging between dance floor bangers and diary-level ballads. 1 minute you're vibing with the windows down, the next you're crying on the floor of your shower. And somehow, it works. Each track feels like it was scribbled at 2 a.m. in the Notes app, then polished just enough to hit the Billboard charts. Because Bieber didn't choose between groove and growth. He fused them. The beats slap, the lyrics sting, and his voice? Still impossibly smooth, but now coated with experience. It's not just about making noise anymore. It's about making sense of everything: loss, love, therapy, fatherhood, fame. Each track is a page, a chapter, ATIMESTMP. You can dance to it. Or you can just sit still and feel. That's the balance Bieber has finally mastered. And maybe that's what makes swag more than music. It's a conversation with yourself. Because at the end of the day, swag isn't just a vibe. It's a reflection. It's memory, grief, love, loss, humor, healing, and yeah, little trolling too. That's Justin Bieber. Not as the pop machine, but as the person flawed, tired, hopeful, learning. A man who can laugh at his past, lean on his wife, raise a son, honor his idols, and still find time to throw on a hoodie and make a banger. If you wrote Bieber off as just another teen star on a downward spiral, Swag is his quiet rebuttal. This album isn't a marketing plan, it's a lived-in truth. One that's messy and beautiful all at once. So what now? A tour? Maybe a docuseries starring Jackaloo? Honestly, not a bad idea, but whatever's next to clear, they're still in it. Still showing up, still kissing on golf courses. Still figuring it out as they go. And in this era of filters and facades, maybe that's the real flex, maybe that's the real swag. So here we are, album out, party over, golf course cleared, and the world's still buzzing, not just from the music or the merch or the surprise brand drops, but from something we didn't expect. Hell on honesty. Because in a world drowning in curated perfection, Justin and Hailey showed us something rare: two people living out loud, flaws and all. Not performing love, but practicing it. Not posing for headlines. Just existing in their own little chaotic, heartfelt world. And maybe that's why Swag sticks. It doesn't try to convince you. It lets you feel. It lets you remember what it means to be soft and bold, spiritual and silly, broken and healing all at once. So now it's your turn. Did a lyric hit home? Did Jackaloo's name make you smile? Did one quiet moment remind you of someone you miss? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Or better yet, send this to your favorite believer who still remembers one time and never stop believing. Let's keep the conversation going. Because Swag isn't over, it's just beginning. Because at the end of the day, Swag isn't just a vibe. It's a reflection. It's memory, grief, love, loss, humor, healing, and yeah, little trolling too. That's Justin Bieber. Not as the pop machine, but as the person flawed, tired, hopeful, learning. A man who can laugh at his past, lean on his wife, raise a son, honor his idols, and still find time to throw on a hoodie and make a banger. If you wrote Bieber off as just another teen star on a downward spiral, Swag is his quiet rebuttal. This album isn't a marketing plan, it's a lived-in truth. One that's messy and beautiful all at once. So what now? A tour? Maybe a docuseries starring Jackaloo? Honestly, not a bad idea, but whatever's next to clear, they're still in it. Still showing up, still kissing on golf courses. Still figuring it out as they go. And in this era of filters and facades, maybe that's the real flex, maybe that's the real swag. So here we are, album out, party over, golf course cleared, and the world's still buzzing, not just from the music or the merch or the surprise brand drops, but from something we didn't expect. Hell on honesty. Because in a world drowning in curated perfection, Justin and Hailey showed us something rare: two people living out loud, flaws and all. Not performing love, but practicing it. Not posing for headlines. Just existing in their own little chaotic, heartfelt world. And maybe that's why Swag sticks. It doesn't try to convince you. It lets you feel. It lets you remember what it means to be soft and bold, spiritual and silly, broken and healing all at once. So now it's your turn. Did a lyric hit home? Did Jackaloo's name make you smile? Did one quiet moment remind you of someone you miss? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Or better yet, send this to your favorite believer who still remembers one time and never stop believing. Let's keep the conversation going. Because Swag isn't over, it's just beginning.